These days in Southern California, you can either have fun on the beach or you can file into a stadium and watch the Angels play the White Sox in the American League Championship Series. That's what we have for you on tap right now. It is game number 4. The White Sox up 2-1 on the homestanding Angels.
So on Monday, Road to the rescue out of the bullpen for the Angels, taking over for the injured Bartolo Colon. There are his regular season stats. It brings home a 3-2. And Podsednik draws a leadoff walk. So a good at bat for Podsednik. Fell behind 0-2 and battled to reach base to start the night. And Iguchi is hit by the pitch. So Wild with a walk, Wild with a hit batsman, 2 on, nobody out. Jermaine Dye is coming up.
You may get the pitcher back into the strike zone.
Dye pops it up. Center field, Podsednik is tagging, and Finley has to go back deep to catch it. His throw is into second. Both runners advance. Good base running by Iguchi, who tagged at first. And that's a shot into left center field. Konerko trying to do it, and back-to-back nights, he's gone deep. 2-run homer last night, 3-run shot tonight, 3-0 White Sox. It was a 3-2 count last night, a 3-2 count tonight, and Konerko does his thing.
Remember the 2-2 pitch? That had the tilt.
And it started with Podsednik from 0-2 to a walk. Now Everett is jammed a bit. Guerrero is there for out number 2.
Starting to struggle a little more than they were earlier in the year.
Rowan strikes out, but it's a good start for the White Sox. Only 1 hit in the inning, but it's Konerko who does it again. Last night off Lackey from Garcia. Figgins is hitting 100. Consequently, Guerrero has only 1 RBI this entire postseason. And Figgins another strikeout. That's the 10th time he struck out this postseason. Here's Orlando Cabrera, goes after the first pitch, grounds it to Creedy. 2 quick ones for Freddy Garcia. In 2000 and 2001 against the Yankees, 2-1 with a 2.39 ERA. Vladimir Guerrero, another at bat. Again, keeping the ball on the infield. And again, it's a Chicago White Sox starter picking up outs into the second. 3-0 White Sox. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Pierzynski pops it down the left field line. Might stay in play. Long run for Garrett Anderson. Doug Eddings had to get out of the way, and that's out number 1. It looked to be over 105. Here's a pop-up over to the right side off the bat of Creedy. And Ervin Santana just threw a pitch, and Creedy made an out. The exception rather than the rule here.
That far, cause for concern.
And now a walk. So again, he gets 2 strikes on the hitter. Tries to make that precise pitch, and he ends up with a walk. That's what got him in trouble against Podsednik. Uribe has not attempted a steal this postseason. Podsednik chases it, grounds to Cabrera. Inning over. The Angels will have the middle 3 in their lineup on a beautiful night in Southern California. 3-0 White Sox after an inning and a half. We'll tell you, has the best stuff on this staff. And it's a good staff deals, and Anderson pops it up down the right field line, and in is Jermaine Dye. 1 out. Let's go down to Chris Myers. Chris? On 3-0, Erstad takes a walk. Kochman reaching for it. Garcia off the mound. Barehand pickup and wild throw. Erstad will go to third and hold. Kochman down to second. Took his time getting back in. Reaching for it into center. One run scores. They hold Kochman at third. And it's first and third, one out in a 3-1 game. Finley grounds to Iguchi. Out. Out. A double play, and that keeps a run from scoring. 4-6-3, turned by Iguchi, Uribe, and on to first. Didn't think they had a chance to get two. And the strong throw from Uribe gets Finley and keeps it 3-1 after two.
And a ground ball hit to the first base side of second base.
Breaking ball has popped up right side. Kennedy and Erstad. It's Kennedy. Yeah, because when that ball was hit, you think, well, with Finley's... The umpiring crew missed one, and in this case, Ron Kulpa is the home plate umpire. And the Angels don't get the catcher's interference. High throw and safe as die. Cabrera unleashed the throw. Erstad tried to get the tag down, and it was... Canerco into right center field. Finley to his left on the run. He's there for out number 2. And back to first is Dye.
Hit the top of the catcher's mitt. White Sox get a break.
Dye takes off. Molina's throw is late. It trickles into center, but Dye can't pop up. And he's at second with 2 out, 2 strikes on Everett. That's definitely the case with Finley, and now Everett gets a base hit to center. Finley will come up throwing. Dye coming to the plate. The throw cut off. They have Everett hung up. It's a 4-1 game, and Everett is able to try and get back to first, where he's tagged by Kennedy to end the inning. With a count 0-2, Kennedy strikes out. Second of the night for Garcia, and let's go down to Chris Myers.
Joe, I'm on the Angels side and had a clear view of that, and
without interfering with the hitter.
Figgins strikes out again. That is 11 times this postseason. Figgins is only...
A bevy of really experienced good starters over there and a bullpen.
That's in the air to left for Podsednik, and a 1-2-3 inning for Garcia. We go to the 4th. Sun is setting in Southern Cal. It's 4-1 Chicago. Record Molina has his 6th RBI of the postseason. He's knocked in the only run for the Angels. And it's 4-1 as we move into the 4th. 1 out now.
But the 2 plays that happened in this series.
Pierzynski hits it into center field. Well hit. Back is Finley, and this ball is gone way out. Off the bat of Pierzynski to make it 5-1 White Sox in the 4th. His 3rd home run of this postseason and his 3rd hit of this ALCS.
This is the hardest hit ball of this series.
Yeah, you couldn't stop it. It's downhill.
It's like Augusta on the inside corner for the 2nd out.
They're talking about an instant replay.
And his team dealt with what happened to them after game 2. And I would imagine they will approach this much the same way, but they're thinking, how many breaks are going to go against us and calls go against us in this series from this crew? What he wishes with Guerrero. Figgins hasn't done anything from the leadoff spot. And another ground ball. Guerrero grounds out to Uribe. 1 away here in the bottom of the 4th. Bud Black.
Didn't quite finish a breaking ball that I'm sure he tried to get out of the strike zone to Canerco with the open base and just left it a little bit middle down for the homer. So his stuff's okay.
Just 2 on Erstad. 1 on, 1 out. And Erstad chases one up and away and pops it to Uribe. 2 down in the inning. This day in baseball history, October 5th, not believe what they had just seen. 1 on, 2 out. Kochman into left center field. That ball is going to plug the gap, stay in play, and Garrett Anderson is going to come all the way around from first to score. It's 5-2.
And he drove it into that left center field gap.
Now it's Benji Molina. Chops one. plenty of time, and Uribe with Freedy in front of him is able to get it to first accurately. And the inning comes to a close. A 2-out RBI double by Kochman. It's 5-2 White Sox. Back after this from your local Fox station. Relatively rested bullpen, and you can't afford to fall any further behind. They're already trailing in the series. Here's a leadoff walk from Santana. And there's action now for the Angels out in their bullpen with Scott Shields. In the air to center field. Finley is back at the track for out number 1. And Podsednik has to scamper back to first. He was thinking about trying to tag in advance, but Finley got it back in a hurry. He gives way to Scott Shields. And before Shields can throw a pitch, he has to look over at his dugout where Trainer and Mike Scioscia were headed out his way, and he said, no, I'm fine. So Podsednik is running, got a good jump. Molina's throw, too late. No chance for Benji Molina.
Yeah, Joe, that's
Dangerous pitch from Shields on 3-1. A shattered bat. Podsednik is going back to second. 2 outs. And I don't know if the bat had something to do with it or not, but the bat ended up.
It's to get hitters out and not to prevent runners from scoring or stealing a base.
2 on, 2 out now, and Everett walks to the plate.
Stealing second and scoring the winning run in game 2.
Here's a ground ball through the hole into left. Podsednik will score easily. A base hit for Everett, and it's 6-2. And if you look at the replays, you realize Podsednik, who was diving back to the bag on a pickoff throw from Shields, was called safe. Should have been called out on 3 hits, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts, a hit batsman, 2 home runs. And Rowan grounds to Cabrera. So the White Sox have scored in every inning but the second. They are having their fun tonight, trying to take a 3-1 advantage. After 4.5, Chicago on top, 6-2.
A terrific big league career. Not this year.
Finley didn't get it all into right center field, and Rowan hauls it in. 1 out. We visited with Ozzie Guillen during the last break. Kennedy grounds to short. Uribe. 2 down. I'll tell you, the more you see from this Chicago White Sox team, the more you realize why they built up the kind of lead they built up in the AL Central. And Contreras, Burley, Garland, Garcia. That's into left center field, and Podsednik puts it away. And Garcia has fallen right in line with the 3 before him. It's been a frustrating night for the Angels yet again. Pierzynski strikes out as Shields comes back after a 3-0 count. Uribe's jammed a bit, and Finley comes on to get it. 2 out. If you believe Ozzie Guillen when he says it, and why wouldn't he say it, he's not concerned.
Get in the game. If I'm not in the game, we win.
Molina's throw down. Freedy is out to end the inning. Benji Molina cuts down Creedy, and off we go into the bottom of the 6th. He got in to win it. Well, that not him. I mean, the guy that wears that jersey from Paul Konerko, who hit 40. A laser caught by Creedy. 1 out here in the 6th. The Angels, meanwhile, are having trouble getting anybody on.
The Yankees to 5 games and then playing in Chicago, but they win the first game.
To the left side, Creedy a dive. Another ground ball off the bat of Guerrero, and another out. He's grounded out 3 times tonight. Some start to boo in this crowd.
he doesn't have many strikeouts.
He says as Anderson goes down swinging. That is number 4 on the night. Garcia continues his fine work and continues the great efforts by the Chicago White Sox starting staff. 7th inning. Game 4, 6-2. Chicago on top. Came in and bailed the Angels out of trouble with 2 shutout innings. 3-2 pitch from Donnelly. Outside, a leadoff walk. That's the 3rd time tonight with Podsednik. 1 on, nobody out, no balls, 2 strikes. Aguchi strikes out. 2 One on, one out. Jermaine Dye coming up. One on, one out. Podsednik is running. Got a good jump. Molina's throw too late. And Podsednik now has 2 stolen bases on the night before his hand got on the bag, and another call against the Angels. A fly ball into right. Vladimir Guerrero makes the catch. Podsednik's going to test him and make it. The umpire was in the way of Figgins. That's Jerry Crawford, and Figgins had to. Podsednik at third, 2 out, and a hot shot to short. Cabrera. The inning is over. White Sox have stranded only 4. Bottom of the 7th, time to stretch. Angels bat down by 4. Garcia does not want to give them a chance to come in here in the 7th. Erstad off the end of the bat, pops it up. Iguchi. One away.
The right-hander.
With 1 out, Kochman slaps it down the left field line. It's slicing. Podsednik. It's a foul ball and caught for out number 2. A no call on the catcher's interference. They only got the 1 run. And the White Sox added to their lead. Creedy charges, gloves, throws. And the inning is over. We go to the 8th inning of game number 4. White Sox still out in front by 4. It's the sprint game break. Jan trying to come back and get Everett after running it to 3-0. A leadoff walk.
You know, that's one thing that the White Sox have done. They've gotten their leadoff men on.
The 1-1 from Jan is ripped down the left field line fair. Into the corner. Everett will dig for third. Anderson digs it out of the corner, and it's second and third with nobody out. A walk, a double by Rowan, who has his 2nd hit of this series. And the White Sox could blow it wide open. Here's a 1-2 pitch. Jan needs a strikeout, and he gets it on Pierzynski. And Molina, the crowd reacts because Molina blocked it, picked it up, tagged Pierzynski. And to third and past Figgins. 2 runs are going to score. That makes it 8-2 White Sox as Creedy delivers here in the 8th. A walk, a double, a strikeout, and a 2-run single past a drawn-in infield. And the White Sox have their biggest lead of the night. Scoring easily after Everett crossed the plate. Now 1 on, still only 1 out. Uribe grounds to Figgins. Good pickup. Out, out. And the double play ends the top of the 8th. 2 more runs. It's a 6-run White Sox lead into the bottom of the 8th of game number 4. Down in the series and in this game 4 by 6. To the right side and through it. Leadoff man is on for the Angels. Garcia with a runner at first, nobody out, pitching to Kennedy. Off the end of the bat to Creedy. To second, Iguchi in the middle. And they're calling the runner safe at second. Safe at second. And Ozzie Guillen is going to come out and argue. Out at first was Kennedy. That's the first out of the inning, but they're saying that Iguchi did not touch the bag, and the call was right by Randy Marsh.
Yeah, but I mean, they give that play 99 out of 100 times. That's a neighborhood play. That's a double play anytime, in any game, in any day of a major league season. Right or wrong now?
A neighborhood play.
Neighborhood play, baby. And the best 3 out of 5 series, then lost to Oakland in 7 games.
Figgins with a weak swing and a fly ball into left. 2 down. Figgins is 1 for 14 in this ALCS. Now a 3-1 to Orlando Cabrera. Popped up. Into center field. It's 8-2 Chicago as we go to the 9th.
Neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor.
The neighborhood play, kids. Can you say Iguchi missed second base? Podsednik is on again. Plugs the gap in right center field. It's going to go all the way to the wall. Guerrero digs it off the wall. Misses the cutoff man, and Podsednik ends up at third. That's a couple of times in this series that Vladimir Guerrero overshoots. Gucci strikes out. Second strikeout for Esteban Yan. It's our Dell-defining moment of the game. Bird, who defied the odds with his sleepy Angels team. The winner in game 1. Guerrero. Podsednik will stay put, and Guerrero shows off his arm. 2 out.
And it's a good one.
0-2 is the count on Konerko. And a fly ball into right field. Guerrero back on the move. The inning is over. So the White Sox get a leadoff triple. Podsednik doesn't move after that. Bottom of the 9th inning. Will Garcia go back out to work? He and the White Sox lead it 8-2. In game 1 with Kotz coming in to finish off the 9th for Contreras. That is it. Another ground ball. Uribe to his left. Good pickup. 1 out.
Oh, what a dandy play that was by Uribe.
No balls, 2 strikes. Anderson strikes out. And now these two. There's a little confusion, so Pierzynski says, well, I'll just go ahead and tag. Neil Kotz can still tell his stories out in the bullpen as to what it's really like to pitch in the LCS. To the right side and under the glove of Konerko. Konerko grabs at the dirt, upset he didn't come up with that. This game continues. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 on, 2 out. Garcia to the right side, Gucci to his left. The dominance continues. Garcia wraps up the 3rd consecutive complete game for the Chicago White Sox starting staff. From Contreras to Burley to Garland to Freddy Garcia. The big 4 in this White Sox rotation flexing their muscles here against the Angels.